Hello, hello, Swifty sis. In today's Taylor Swift Tuesday, we're learning how to play But Daddy, I Love Him exactly how Taylor would play it.
I'm wearing my dress unbuttoned, screaming, but Daddy, I love him. I'm having his baby. No, I'm not, but you should see your faces.
Now, we've never actually seen Taylor perform this song live acoustically, but this tutorial is going to be based off of how I imagine that she would play this song, as I know what chord shapes and voicing she tends to use. And if you would like to have those chords and lesson notes on a Tortured Poets era themed printable guide, along with my full playthrough of this song and every single Taylor Swift song that I teach, because I'm going to go through the entire catalog, you can sign up here to become a Cruel Strummer and have access to all of that exclusive content. And to go with the moody Tortured Poets vibe, I am using this Epiphone J180. It's very similar to the Gibson equivalent that Taylor has played in many performances. So if you'd like to check it out, I will drop a link below. So if you want to play But Daddy, I Love Him exactly like Taylor, you're going to want a capo on the 4th fret. For chords, we have 4 shapes that Taylor commonly uses, and you're going to notice a pattern between the 4 of them because they each have similarities that make transitioning very easy. And this is something that Taylor prioritizes because when she's on stage, it's all about connecting with the audience, and lyrics are a huge thing to her. So the guitar comes second, and so she's really prioritizing the ease of those chord transitions. So starting off, we have an A minor 7. Our next chord is an F over C, so just keep this shape here. And you're gonna take your ring finger, move it over to the 3rd fret, 5th string, and then your last finger, 3rd fret, 4th string, strum down from the 5th. Our next shape is a C over G, and you could do a regular C major, but live, a lot of times she does a C over G because it's a little bassier. So what you're gonna do is with this F over C, just take these last 2 fingers and bump them up each 1 string, and this is your C over G. So I'm gonna play a C major so you can hear the difference. So this is C over G. You can hear that bass. Now we get to C major. It's a little bit lighter because it doesn't have that extra bassy string because you're only strumming down from the 5th, which opposed to the C over G, you're strumming down from the 6th. So especially with this song, you can just hear it. It's so punchy in the chorus because she's like, I'm running with my dress unbuttoned. And compared to, I'm running with my dress unbuttoned, it's just too light. So you really want that, you want that punch, that bass in there. So C over G is the chord. And our last chord is a G sus4, so keep all of your fingers here except for your pinky and your 2nd finger. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay your 3rd finger down over the 5th string so it mutes it. And then you should also be muting the 1st string with a little bit of skin from that same finger. It might take a little bit of practice, but it will sound like this. So hopefully you noticed the main commonality between all 4 of these chord shapes is that you will always keep your 1st finger here on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And this is gonna make all of your transitions just so easy because you don't completely have to rearrange a chord shape. You don't have to rebuild a chord from the beginning. For strumming, I have 2 patterns for you here. The first one is gonna take place during the verses and the pre-choruses. This is where the song is just generally a lot lighter, so you don't wanna strum very hard. And there's a little bit more rests in between the strums here, just kind of evoke that feeling. So it's gonna be down, down, up, down, 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 up per chord. And the best way to practice any strumming pattern is without the chords, just isolated exercises, down, down, up, down, 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 up. Our second strumming pattern is gonna take place in the choruses and the bridge. It's gonna be a little bit more punchy. So we're gonna have down, 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 up, down, 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 up for each chord. Our first progression takes place during the verses and the pre-choruses, and it starts off on A minor 7, to our F over C, to our C over G, and ends on G sus4.
The West was won. I forget this was ever fun. I just know these people try and raise you to cage you. Sarah's in and it's in a Sunday best, but watching their pro site, what a mess. I just know these people try to save you, 'cause they hate you. Too high a horse for a simple girl to rise above it. They slam the door to my whole world. One thing I wanted now.
Our second progression takes place during the choruses, and it starts off on our C over G to our F over C, G sus4, back to F over C. And this is where the second strumming pattern comes in, so we're gonna go a little harder.
Now I'm wearing my dress unbuttoned, screaming my daddy, I love him, I'm having his baby. No, I'm not, but you should see your faces out down the floor through the fences. No, I'm not coming to my senses. I know he's crazy, but he's the one I want.
Our third progression takes place during the bridge, and it is our biggest section of the song because there are 3 parts. We're gonna start with our second progression from the chorus, and then we're gonna learn 2 new progressions, so it's like one giant 3-part progression. So like I said, we're gonna start with our chorus progression. So we have our C over G to our F over C, G sus4, back to F over C. And you'll play this part twice. Now our second part is gonna be A minor 7 to F over C, 2 measures of G sus4. And you'll also play this part twice. And our third part starts off on C over G to our G sus4, F over C, and then we're gonna have A minor 7 and G sus4 share a measure. So it's gonna be a quick chord change. And then you guessed it, you're also gonna play this third section twice. So the strumming pattern that we have for the chorus and the bridge is that down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up for each chord, each measure. And so we're gonna have to split that between the A minor 7 and the G sus4. So we're gonna have down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up. So on that first up strum, that is when you were actively transitioning to the G sus4. So I'll do it one more time. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up. So this part is gonna start from, I'll tell you something right now, I would rather burn my whole life down.
I'll tell you something right now, I would rather burn my whole life down than listen to one more second of all this bitching and moaning. I'll tell you something about my good name, it's mine, I don't want a disgrace. I don't cater all these vipers dressed in empath clothing. I'd save the most judgmental groups who say they want what's best for me. Sanctimoniously performing soliloquies I'll never see, thinking they can change the beat of my heart when he touches me, counteract the chemistry, undo the destiny. You ain't gotta pray for me, me and my wild boy and all his wild joy. If all you want is great for me, then it's just wild noise and it's just my choice.
Our fourth progression takes place during the outro, and it actually borrows from our bridge third progression. It's the last section, so the one that's C over G to our G sus4, F over C, and our shared measure of A minor 7 and G sus4. So the lyric where this starts is the second, I'll tell you something right now, which is basically like the bridge, but this is the outro, so it's
I'll tell you something right now, you ain't gotta pray for me, me and my wild boy and all his wild joy. If all you want is great then it's just white noise and it's just my choice. Screaming daddy, I love him. I'm having his baby. No, I'm not. You should see your faces.
And that is how to play But Daddy, I Love Him exactly how Taylor would on guitar. If you would like to have access to the PDF guide as well as my full playthrough so you can practice along with me, you can join Fearless Fam and become a Cruel Strummer, and it also unlocks access to all of those guides and playthroughs for every single Taylor Swift Tuesday, which I'm gonna go through her entire catalog. So if you wanna be able to collect the printable lessons, make your own Swiftie era songbook, be my guest, and I will catch you in the next Taylor Swift Tuesday.